lot in this part because
I have to. All right, 3, 2, 1, transition.
All right. Hello, ASF. This is FinalCrash. I participated in the last ASF. I ran a little bit of My Hero. This time around, I'll be running A Certain Magical Index, a game for the PSP. This game is, at its core, a fighting game. So what we do for any percent is all 7 of these single story characters. It's 6 individual ones, 6 unique, and 1 will replay as Toma here. This run is interesting in its own ways. You heard DBK hyping up a little bit at the beginning. I'll go over a lot more of that, a lot more of the tech we figured out, and some of the tech that I just straight up yoinked, so it'll be a fun time. We can go ahead and get started once I click the up button. This game is Japanese only, so, I mean, all I'm doing is pressing buttons, so we're not gonna worry about that too much. But I'll go ahead and get started on countdown. We'll do it on go, so 3, 2, 1, go. So, 3, 2, 1, go. Alright then. Action time. It's always time for a little bit of action. This game starts off pretty fast paced. It's kind of weird. I was thinking about what is an anime speedrun. I almost think that this game at its core is more of a fighting game than a speedrun. It's still in a 3D arena fighter just like My Hero was. Each character plays quite differently. The world record holder for this game, Kyoma, you're going to hear me say that name a lot. What I did for this run, is that going to kill? Good start. All of the tech, all these characters, all these things you see I'm doing, these cool combo trees, is from Kyoma. Kyoma had all the records for this game. I do not know if Kyoma got these strats from someone else. So I don't know, speedrunning can constantly be this like, I take your strats, you take my strats. It's kind of just how speedrunning works, right? When a speedrun, especially a fighting game, when the tech out there is so simple that you can like watch a video or two and know everything going on, we always worry about a game being solved. I'm gonna say for now, because I didn't invent any strats of my own, this speedrun's pretty solved. Like I said, all these strats are Kyoma's, and you're gonna see me executing them either really well or really bad. We'll find out. So far, pretty good. Oh, she's owning me. So you gotta be careful. You wind up jinxing yourself, right? Jinxing yourself right into the fight too. Let me go over the run a little bit more though. You always have those high marks of things you want to say before you really get started. So, like I said, there's 7 unique stories. I call them single stories. Any percent of this game would be all 7 of these. We play as 6 different characters. We start off as Toma. I think if you were going for a competitive time, you would probably pick a worst character first. I didn't really think too much about that. We use Toma. He's definitely probably my favorite in this game. He's definitely the funnest. His combo tree is really unique. The things he combos into super are really nice. He feels satisfying, you know? As far as like a fighting game speedrun goes, he feels very satisfying. So you're gonna see me constantly wailing on the AI. No matter what she does, she's toast here. We'll go like, we just need to get hit. That's all we're looking for right there. There's like 2 important things going on that I want to describe. The number 1 thing is that when an AI enemy's life goes down to 0, I played Gigant Battle. I think the Great Adventure games all do this, but I know Gigant Battle, if an enemy has 3 bars and they die, they resurrect. I call it like this last stand feature. So in this game, if you do not use a super, which are they called overdrives? I'm a little unclear on what they're called, but we'll just call them supers. That's a universal fighting game term we all know. If you finish an enemy off with a super, then you skip the ending cinematic you would normally get. Oh, look at this guy being cheeky. Caught me saying words, don't worry. Accelerator in this fight has no HP. He completely gets nuked. As long as we know what combos into our super, which is the next point I want to talk about. This game doesn't take too much labbing. If you were to watch Kyoma's videos, you would have a general idea of how you should play the game. But it's still important to go to characters like Toma and lab all of your super confirms. So I do that lunging punch with Toma, and that does not combo into super. But the kick does. I do those 2 heavy punches. The first punch does not combo. The second punch does. So it's important. It just takes like 5 minutes of labbing, right? Not much work at all, but still, it's really important to note. We do a meaty punch here. Oh man, look at that. If we time our meaties correctly, this guy, actually, I don't know his name. His name is really Japanese. I just call him Abs. I know just about every other character's name, but this guy is just Abs. So we're going to let him wake up, combo into super. If you play a fighting game, you gotta like your light confirms into super, right? So normally, the AI, it depends on which character you're using, where in the run. The competency level of AI sometimes is so low, you can be 100% disrespectful. And if you're going for degenerate speedrun tech, you're normally just trying to hope that the bot are complete fish. Which is another reason why Toma's run is kind of fun, because, I mean, just don't block, Oriana. Don't block. Look at that. Can we just completely explode her? Let's see. Meaty punch? Nah, she dodged it. We'll call style here. And then, we'll go for... Oh, wow, look at that. Look at that lunging punch. Oh, she just turned around. Oh, no, look at me. I'm wailing. Oh, no, I'm wailing. Big punch. Oh, she dodged it. Oh, gosh. How did that combo? It's okay. This game, the DBK put it in my head. I don't know why he did that. I didn't want to think about it. So you have the Guilty Gear wall splat in this game, which is kind of weird. So certain moves will put them into the wall. And you can normally combo pretty efficiency. Like, that's interesting. The characters they selected for the 6 stories, to me, are kind of weird. So I watched Index. At least all the anime episodes. It's been a long time, though. So I can't hold words about it right now, but... First of all, you have Aqua in this game, right? Aqua wasn't like... I don't recall him being introduced until a little bit later, so... When we're kind of going for like the Season 1, Season 2-ish stuff, and Aqua shows up, it's like, wait, what are you doing here, man? Should you be in this game? Oh, gosh. He's not too much of a threat. We'll talk about the threats later. One of the things about Aqua and most characters' single stories are like... He just has a lot of HP, dude. He's got a lot of HP. Yep. There was a lot going on in that little interaction there. We could talk about drive crack. So, what would you even properly describe that in a fighting game? You have like, in a normal fighting game, you have like the guard gauge, right? If you break your guard gauge, then you get crumbled. So in this game, I guess a stun state would be a good example. If you take enough hits, you go into drive crack, and your character just sits down. So if you're lucky, and I'm doing a move that will like combo into it, so that super right there lunges out pretty far. So once he took a seat on the ground, I was able to follow up with the super. So the timing just worked out there. But anyways, let's get the accelerator. He's the second character. He's also a pretty fun one. We'll be doing one combo the entire time. That's pretty much it. Accelerator, you know... Oh, no, look at my execution's bad. We're thinking about life. Don't think about life in a speedrun. This is what I want to do. You know, don't get your buns confused when you're playing, you know? Oh, look at that whipping. Accelerator's kind of funny. He's a character that, Oh, yeah, this is whatever. Yeah, it's whatever. Accelerator cannot combo into his supers the way that Toma can. So Toma's combo tree is pretty diverse. And he has a lot of ways to confirm into his supers. But Accelerator doesn't. You'll see me do it later. Accelerator kind of has this like Frieza death ball. So he summons this massive energy thing, and then his tracking is pretty good, his following is pretty good. Just the inability to really combo from it makes you adapt a little bit more. You gotta pay attention to their life, you gotta pay attention to your assist and all that nonsense, so we gotta be careful. We're fighting Toma. We fight him a few times in this run, mostly for Mitsuko's story. He's pretty competent. So if you play fighting game speedruns, it's not fact, but sometimes it feels like some AI are just better than others. Toma definitely feels like that. Oh my gosh. Mitsuko though, right? She's pretty busted. Oh no, look, he's alive! But then he's dead. Well, what are you gonna do there? You can't really say this game in a nutshell. That is a funny interaction, though, right? So I summon the death ball, but he hits me, and it doesn't knock Accelerator out of it. The ball still drops. So he gets hit by the ball. He goes into crumble state. Then I just combo the rock, and he's dead. So, I mean, what do you want to do, guys? We're not trying to think about this game in a competitive sense, right? We're speedrunning it. So if cheesy stuff like that happens, we take it. We move next. Some of the stories have more fights than others. Accelerators is like mid between the other ones. So characters like Kanzaki and Sasha have only a few fights, but Toma and Misaka have a lot. Meltdowner has a lot. Oh wow, look at you. I guess I'll charge this. So one of the issues, Accelerator can charge his super. On a baby release, if you just press it and let it go, I think it's about the same traveling speed, but the size is obviously not as good, and the bots seem a lot less willing to get hit by a small version of it. But normally on full charge, they love to dodge roll into it, right? This game does not have a block button. You have a parry button, and you can dodge with it. That is really all you can do. Let's see, though. We have our friendo as our assist most of the time, but I guess something happened in the story that we have to fight him real fast before he rejoins us. So for now, we'll put him down nice and easy. I've become a fan lately of you can control where you send them. Oh, this is not great. I'll still fully charge that, though. Hey, we'll have to finish him off normally. You'll see one of the best things about this move is the tracking. So, if you're a bit of a Tekken guy, an arena fighter guy, you want moves that track really well. So, the thing about Accelerator when he dashes, he does that little lunge attack, the tracking on that is crazy. So, it's a move we like to use. And it does decent damage, and it can combo off of that projectile I do sometimes. Sometimes you have to wonder with these, because like I said, this is tech I got from Kyoma. You kind of have to put the logic together yourself. I said Toma. Accelerator has ways to play them that are different, and I tried to lab my own ways, but they were always inferior to the way Kyoma was playing, so these strats are pretty good right now. Oh, what are you doing? Let's go ahead and, yeah, the clones are pretty annoying, to be honest. You can look at the clones, you see like a clone head underneath her. So she has her real assist, and then she has the head. Two things we don't allow. Maybe we could have super there. It's fine. I could talk a little bit about the window of opportunity. So a super will finish your enemy off. But if you put them into the last stand state anyways, doing a super doesn't have nearly the efficiency it would. So sometimes you want to just kind of YOLO on your super and hope they get hit by it. That situation was awkward enough with the way I was following them. I guess that's one of the keys in this kind of run, right? Adaptability. Recognizing the weird situations that go on. For the most part, though, I'm going completely ape on these guys, right? Like, I am just like, no respect, no neutral. You're not going to see me block ever. You'll see me dodge sometimes, but for the most part, I'm just trying to, like, take all of the HP out of their life. We, don't really name this character either. So my man Abs here and Angel, I just call her Angel and everything. I can try a super here. Just hope she gets hit, I guess. Look at that, and it comboed. Funny game, funny game. I mean, I don't know if that's gonna combo, I don't know. And where does the assist even come from? So, I mean, we just do that, right? That's just part of this game. Like, okay, well. I have this so-called window of opportunity. If I just charge this guy a little bit, and what if she rolls into it? What if she gets hit by an assist there and comboed into it? Like, I don't know. It's just the kind of stuff that goes on in this game. We're pretty happy with those two single stories. We're now going to Kanzaki. Kanzaki and Sasha kind of have this gameplay loop, right? Which some people are either going to really like or not be a fan of at all. Personally, I don't like it. This, to me, is not... If you're showing off a speedrun, this is not what I want to see. But some people want to see this. This to them is more of a speedrun than anything else. So, we have this gameplay loop of how many times will the AI get hit by this combo. And how many times will I do this? And this is kind of what happens for 5 fights. We keep doing this until we fight Aqua. This is one of the funny parts about, like, how does the game get solved, though? Like, who figured out this tech? Who figured out this AI manipulation in this combo to make this work? Was it just a lot of labbing? Was it a happy accident? You know, no idea. But it's pretty hard to beat this strat. Especially, like, I call them the God runs, right? If you have these kind of fights where the AI, they go completely limp for you, and you just play like an 8 from round start. I'd like to have a perfect fight. So Mikasa, get hit by this. Okay, see, I already got to reset, because I got hit there. So there was no God run today, but maybe I'll have another fight. We're gonna keep doing this. Mikasa, you're actually dead here. It's crazy. It's kind of just how this character works in the speedrun. I do so little with this character. That's why I'm not as much a fan of it. It just depends on what you're looking for in a speedrun, right? Like I said, I like the combo variety for Toma the most, but Accelerator and Mikasa''s gameplay has a place too. We literally keep doing this the entire time. We're looking for Aqua, like I said. I believe we fight Oriana again after Style, so... I believe there's 5... Oh, man. So, my brain went so bad there, I thought I was Sasha. I had Sasha on the brain, so I pressed the heavy attack. It wound up not mattering, but... That's why Round Star was bad. That's okay. This might not kill. Okay, it did kill. Great. Gotta focus up a little bit. You could turn your brain off. You could give the AI like a 50% handicap, and then I don't think they'll beat you still. Kanzaki doesn't have any issues. The only fight that may be tempting is Aqua at the end. Just because he's so tanky. He's a tanky lad. And this is not a true loop, you know? So, if he does feel like pressing a button... So sometimes he has, like, his DP. Which I guess has high frames? I'm not sure. His buttons are weird. I don't know if he has armor on them either. He's not a character you use in the speedrun, though, so you don't gotta worry about what he can do too much. It might help to know what he can do, but... As far as I'm concerned... Oh, look at you. Let's keep this, Oh, look at her dodging all the time. We'll keep this up. I don't really need to focus. I'm, for some reason, focusing up a little bit now. Oh, no assist. That's not gonna kill, dude. Sad. I needed... Oh, look at her. She's going crazy. Rare fight from Oriana. She dodged everything. A little distracting. I got Sasha brain for 2 fights of this run so far. So we'll pull it together for Aqua. We did not have a single God fight. So that would have been if the AI got hit on round start and then just got looped over and over again. Maybe even turned their back. There are counter hits in this game. There is extra damage to be had, but I think when their back is turned, it's more damage. It feels like it, so maybe it's that placebo, dude. I'm tricking myself to think it's more damage. You gotta test Aqua round start. Wow, nice. Why not? Normally he blocks. Normally his button will always beat your button. So right now, you can look at his life compared to, like, another character will probably be dead right now, but Aqua's got a lot. Oh, shoot. That's fine. Oh, okay. Oh, the badass is called. That's like the, like I said, the YOLO, just kind of going for damage. We don't have super yet, so maybe, oh no, okay. That's the insecurity. I figured it would happen this run. I don't know the damage. Kind of like Oriana, right? You saw she had that tick of life left. We had a chance to, combo again, or make sure things worked out a little better. So that time, I was like, well, the damage won't kill, so let's just push for another combo. But then he went into his little last stand state. But it's hard. We have 4 more stories left. That's like the first half is the easy half. Besides Sasha, these last 3 runs are pretty scary. Meltdowner is the very aggressive ranged character of this game. She's fun in her own way. Not like the other 3 characters, but you're gonna see Some grimy gameplay. We would do it against the humans, so we'd also do it against the bot, right? Oh man, look at you. Look at you. Look at this guy trying to ruin everything. Alright, so this is the gameplay loop for her. We're gonna keep doing this until he dies. It's kind of what happens. Good thing his gun doesn't have full range like mine does. We have to do this for quite a lot of fights. Oh look, I can't even see. This pipe was in my way. Oh no. It did OTG. Very nice. Alright. You'll see a lot more focus from Meltdowner. He was kind of the scariest character when you're playing this. And in an 80% format, you're trying to beat all stories one at a time. So this run is amongst the most scary. He is one of the worst enemies though. The rest are pretty much fish. The next hard enemy will be Misaka. Misaka, it feels like she reads your inputs sometimes when she does the projectile. It's kind of hard to tell. But for now, we have to do a lot of fights, get to Misaka, and then end on the Angel. Which is by far one of the hardest fights in this run. She nukes you for a lot of damage. We'll get to it when we get there. For now, let's focus on Spear Lady here. You'll notice the way that I use the clones as an assist. More for additional... Oh yeah, you're just dead. I didn't even need a super there. I was wondering about that earlier. If you notice an enemy, there's that drive crack when they get down on their butt. And they wake up, but you can't tech from your wake up. So, as far as I'm concerned, these are actual kill situations, but it's relatively hard to confirm that. I think when you get hit on drive crack, you can instantly roll on wake up. If anyone's gonna do it, it's gonna be Toma for Misaka's story. Most of the AI against Meltdowner are pretty bad. Our job is just lame them out like this. Charge a big laser, charge a small laser. You'll notice I keep throwing these like these cards out, these mirrors. If the mirror has like a shotgun spread, right? And the shotgun spread is what gives us our knockdown. So if the AI ever gets knocked down, they're getting hit by the mirror. Oh, look at her. You're not dead. This is a waste of a super. So we have to go through 2 of her lives. Oh, and she got knocked down there. If you're looking really closely, you can see the frustration from how Meltdowner's gameplay kind of works. This game is kind of broken into like 2 attack buttons. I kind of like to coordinate it like Smash. Like Smash has your like normal attacks and then your special move buttons. So this game has like a neutral attack, then a forward, a back, and like side to side. So like 4 buttons, right? Most characters just have like 4 normal attack buttons and 4 special move buttons. All of her normal buttons are lasers. So her kind of gameplay is built around like spamming these. She has a few get off me. Against abs, I use some of them. But I think this is the last one until Misaka, to be honest. Aqua, who's normally hard, he still has a lot of life. He just doesn't do well against spamming. So he's got to hold all this. I just need to time this up so my super's a little better. Which, yeah, that'll work. You'll notice that she can also combo off of her lasers. So, I don't know. She's a fun character, right? Looks really fun to play against with the way she works. We're going to be on our first hard fight, which will be, again... do we fight Accelerator? Yeah, we do fight Accelerator. So it should be Misaka, Accelerator, and then the Angel. For the next 2 fights, we still have our clone assist. And she helps us out. She, like, slows down some of the pressure. She's got that full range button, just like Meltdowner does. The problem is the Angel fight, we won't have her, but let's get there. I keep wanting to talk about that fight, but let's get there first. Misaka's annoying, like I said. I swear she reads your inputs. Right there, dude. Right there, dude. I'm telling you, man. Anytime you press a laser, she's just like, I got you. Here's my full screen laser. So, yep, why not? Let's keep doing damage. You can see her coming in. But I gotta hit her with the baby lasers. Put out the traps. Misaka! Misaka, you're looking a little lost there. She had it for a second. I kind of got a little bit of a more solved plan for that. I'm throwing out the baby lasers. I'll do it against Accelerator and the other AI too, the Angel. If you throw out the spread laser except uncharged, it looks like it contests them, or at least forces them to dodge roll. So it creates a little needed space need. These strats I didn't take from Kilma as much. They're about the same. You're trying to lock down the opponent with your lasers. Kilma will go left, though. I like to go back. Oh, Accelerator. But why? Oh, but why, dude? Thanks for taunting, dude. I need that. No, little Misaka, get away from me. She's so good and so annoying. Alright, that's fine. I just need the knockdown, to be honest. If I get the knockdown, we're fine. Oh, yep. Alright, well, this is dicey. We did finally get a knockdown, so we can play the game for a little bit. Thanks to that assist call right there from the... Look at that full screen. You can't complain if you're playing Meltdowner, right? Oh, wow, look. It gets dicey, then the AI decided to stop playing the game. Accelerator was doing a lot of good things, but he suddenly decided to give up. And I appreciate that. Now we're finally on this fight that is scary. You know, Riss had a little bit of a reset against his fights. The AI is cheap, dude. AI comes in really cheap. They sometimes know you're speedrunning, and they know you're doing something that is pretty important to you. So let's see what she does. She, let's just not say anything. Let's just fight this. Like I said, this is an annoying fight. The main reason it's annoying, she nukes you. You don't have your clone assist. She reads your inputs. Her projectiles are solid. Let's just focus up here. And not get hit by her. My god. Don't get hit by her. Just stay away from me, woman. Stay away from me. Oh god, why are you around me? Look at the dodges. Okay, fine so far, but look at the life. It's not even that great. That's good. You want 3 cards out for her? I can't get 3 cards out ever. 3 cards is pretty safe. We'll catch her on most of the things she wants to do. I can't ask for much more here. 1 more, confirm. And goodbye. Scary fight finished. She teched into us a little bit. The thing is that she never did her scary moves. So she has this grab move where she just completely detonates you. And it gets Meltdowner. It does, like, man, 30%, I swear. So you get hit by 2 of those and you're bleeding and you're in life support. But, I mean, you know, that's the great thing. It's a good and bad thing about speedrunning. When you talk about something really scary, but you're able to complete it with the greatest... Oh, man, see... I'll say something corny there. With some great ease, you know? So we're pretty happy about that. We have Sasha, we have Mikasa. Oh my god, I said it. I swore I was going to not say Mikasa. Misaka. Misaka. We have Sasha here. She's just like Kanzaki. Her gameplay loop is very boring. We do this for 5 fights, and then we go play Railgun. This is just as solved as Kanzaki is. The AI cannot deal with this. Once they get dunked on, once they get hit like a little bit, they just get stuck in the loop. We're allowed to press a button on round start like I did, and that's perfectly fine. But really, we don't even need to do that. There's like 3 ways to properly round start for this strat. So, swinging your crowbar is one. The other one is the pure disrespect, where I just mash on round start and hope that they block like she did. It's an RPS start in this game, and the AI will normally respect it. For the speedrun, though, we normally don't press any buttons. This is the only character that would actually press something on round start if we wanted to. If you're looking for a generally more consistent start, you'll swing your crowbar. Swing your crowbar to get space. The AI, just like with Toma, they don't really block on round start. We'll probably swing. It's a little funner to do that because otherwise you're just pressing one button over and over again, which is very elevated gameplay. You saw strat 1, strat 2, strat 3 is backdash. So right here. Just hope that they don't do something like that. That's all. Okay. So now if you stuck in here, we're gonna keep it here as long as we can. I mean, why am I pretending like there's any tension at all? There really isn't. Eventually she goes down, and we're looking to get to the train yard. Pretty popular place to have fights. She has 2 fights for the train yard. So we're gonna fight a clone, and then we're gonna fight the angel. And once we take them out, we're good to go. Sasha is done. Then we have the very troublesome Mikasa. Her run is pretty hard. Oh no, Accelerator? He snuck in here, man. Can't count. I cannot count. Let's try and hit the crowbar. There you go. Hit him with the crowbar, and now we spam. Something so easy, most people can do. Like I said, if you want to add the extra layer of pressing a button on round start, but otherwise you can just press one button over and over again. The clones are kind of pesky, and the angel's kind of pesky. You're never really at threat to lose with Sasha. Oh, my bad. I guess I can show... So, this is on skip by itself. My hand is off the controller. It skips by itself, but if you mash, it goes a little bit faster. Just interesting tech that... You kind of learn just playing the game, right? A happy little accident. We'll hit the crowbar here. Thank you. And now we spam. It's a little bit more interaction to press a button on round start, but like I said, not needed. Since we're trying to be safe and consistent, we might as well press crowbar. Like, I think crowbar here is better if we're trying to be absolutely safe. One of the issues is that if I don't press crowbar on Angel at the beginning of this round start, I run the risk of her pressing a button, right? Then she hits me, then I get hit again. And for a character like Sasha, that's a lot of time loss. Like, we're trying to put them in the gameplay loop and move on, so... Let's swing the crowbar. Hope she doesn't block. Oh, what the hell? Oh, get out of here, dude. Oh, look at you. Why are you going backwards? Well, okay. I mean, right there, that was bad, you know? For Sasha, that's really bad. Oh, well. We keep doing this. Even the Angel can't deal with this kind of spam. None of the AI in her story mode can. And that's done. 2 more stories left. Your reward for spamming up these enemies, something fierce, is a cutscene. Not a cutscene. I guess it is a cutscene by what a cutscene actually is, but you always get these images at the end. And Sasha's one of my favorites because it's like she's in a phone booth. It's just weird. I don't get it. But it's memorable, right? Like, I don't really remember the rest of them, but I do remember Sasha being in a phone booth. Chatting it up with somebody, dude. That's your reward for spamming it up, dude. We have 2 more stories left. 2 more single stories. Mikasa... I said Mikasa again, didn't I? Mikasa, my god. You rehearse a lot to not say Mikasa at all. Then it comes time to the show, you say her a million times. Can't even remember Mikasa's real name. Alright, let's focus up, though. Her gameplay is pretty fun. Home on accelerator levels. The big thing here is reacting to her Oki. We're just trying to follow what Kanzaki's doing. We're trying to follow what all of our enemies are doing. That's super... Oh no, I goofed it. Oh, I goofed it. Sorry, I deserve that. Now we gotta do it the lame way, sorry. You have to know what combos, and the whip does not combo. her Thunder does combo, and the Super Vending Machine kick does combo. So my brain just went bad there, and I thought about it. I was like, is this going to kill? I hesitated. Then I windowed to the super pass, and I kind of goofed it. It's okay, though. She wound up being really nice and just going down easy anyways. We're here now. Gosh, I really want to say her name. I can't believe I'm goofing it so bad. I really want to call her Mikasa. With every fiber in my being. I just don't want to call her real name. If I just say Railgun, let's just call her Railgun. Oh, look at her. She knows disrespect. The gameplay loop here. This was also Kyoma tech. I had some tech of my own, but when I really got down to it, it was hard to compare to this. Like, this is too good. It works so well because the AI just gets... Oh, no. Please track. It didn't really track. The range on it was so big. The AI are so willing to get hit by that whip so many times. So, Railgun goes into this install state. That's when that, like, black energy forms underneath her feet. There's a few ways to get it. You don't even need to confirm hits to actually get her install. But that makes her whip attacks better. And they combo properly. The main thing is that they're faster, though, right? That's what makes this possible. So, round start, we like to do this. We just hope they don't block. Combos into that. Big Oki kick, and then we just keep following them. They normally roll. Oh, Toma. That worked out. Thank you, Kuroko. Oh, no, look at that. See, that's something we don't like to see. That's okay, though. Look at me just pressing buttons, dude. Okay, you're done. Not bad. You'll notice the gameplay here is, like I said, Toma Accelerator, the gameplay is just different. Kind of like Meltdowner, you know? You like to have an experience that's kind of different. It requires more adapting. Our threats aren't them, though. Our threats aren't Oriana. It's not any of these characters. It's Toma. And we have to fight Toma 3 times. That is a scary lad. Like I said, he has that competency about him. So some of the AI in this game seem to know, and they're more willing to press buttons and combo and be annoying. Toma's definitely the one. And like I said, you only see him for one accelerator fight, and all of Mika's. Ah, God, really? I said her name again. Unforgivable, dude. But yeah, we'll see him after Oriana. Then we'll see him 2 more times. She just has a lot of fights. Very grindy story. And if you happen to know anything about this game, you do not get Railgun. To actually have this story... Oh, you're dead. To have this story unlockable, you need save file data of the Railgun game, which is more of a visual novel. From the very few seconds I played of it, it was more of a visual novel. So, that's why any percent's kind of divided between, do you have a Misaka story or do you not? So, I'm currently playing on the one that does include her. She's fun, it's different, you know. Why not? It adds, what, 10 minutes maybe? Most of these single stories are like sub 10 minutes. They're not too bad. That's why I kind of wanted to show this game in this format. Oh man, look at you. That was pretty bad of me to do that, but it's okay. This will be our easiest Toma fight because he doesn't have an assist. I mean, you gotta stop getting hit there, man. You gotta wake up. You see what I mean by the AI just being weird? Like, we're getting hit, man. Wake up. There you go. We'll save our assist for a little bit. There you go. Oh, no. Thank you. See? We'll play this smart one more time. Unless he just dies here. Yeah, he's just dead here. That window of opportunity was gone, so we're better off just finishing him off. That's what makes this kind of hard. So when they're getting OTG hit by that whip, there is an opportunity to shoot your super. Like, if you hit them OTG with the whip, they'll bounce, and if they don't tech, you can super and they'll hit. they'll combo properly. But that's relying on them not teching, right? It's kind of hard to predict if the bot will do that or not. Then you waste your meter and you're in a weird spot. We have the Angel, which means like, what, 4 more fights maybe? I like that round start. We're gonna keep doing this. The only thing we care about in this fight is like, when do you call Toma? You have to call Toma when I'm in the middle of a move, like that. So he gets hit, and I can keep on beating you up. Yeah, that does kill him. Same thing with Toma. You want to know what combos. The vending machine kick does combo into super, which is pretty good. We have the Oriana fight now. Or no, we don't fight. We fought Oriana. We're on Meltdowner, sorry. We'll fight Meltdowner, then we'll fight Toma 2 more times, and that'll be it for Railgun. This fight is not too bad. It's 2v1. A lot of assists in this game is pretty important. We don't even need to do this on round start. I guess I'm prepping for the Toma fights after this. Doesn't really matter even when we call Toma. We'll call him for damage. Why not? As long as he doesn't interfere in our combo loop, then we don't care. Jeez, Toma, why? Okay, so I said on Tumble with the OTG that would combo from a super, but I was interested if just on Raw, them on the ground would super hit, and no, it doesn't hit. So it is them rolling on the ground that makes the super combo into it. Interesting. A little bit of a lab session, right? I mean, if you can't resist labbing some stuff in the middle of a speedrun, then, you know, you gotta have fun with yourself, dude. You know, that's what I'm saying. It was an opportunity to try something new, and if it worked, that'd be cool. It didn't, so she woke up and got jacked up by Toma. Here's our 2 final fights. Oh, this one is terrible. If we're going to risk game over, it's gonna be here. Not game over. It's not really a game over. It's like arcade style. So me losing just means a refight. A refight of a very short fight, but... Oh, look at you! Sorry, I'm doing something weird here. Nice, thanks, Toma. So far, homie. How long? How long, Toma? Oh, see, that's what we don't want to see ever. Okay, just wait. So I opted for the kick there to confirm the extra damage. I wanted to make sure he went down, because if he wakes up and starts pressing a lot of buttons and starts comboing me very effectively, then we're in trouble. So, a little bit of insecurity there to confirm the kick. But it's all good by me. That fight is generally scary because, Misaka, the little one, her assists are really good, both versions of it. Especially her version where she, like, holds on to you for a long time. So we're really scared of her. But it wound up not being a threat there. Here's our final Toma fight. Please don't press a button on round start, Toma. I appreciate that. Oh, no. Wow, good job. Well played. Oh, illusion breaker. Oh, God, stop it. Good job, he's out of range. Test your ranges in training mode, man. Would it be an issue then? Alright, works out for me. Let's keep Kuroko. Oh, crap. That didn't really work out. Oh, no, don't combo into a super here, man. I'm glad he just, like, ran away. You saw that? Good job. Keep it up. Keep Kuroko. Oh, that's bad. This is fine for now. No way you do that. Okay, good. Imagine him just, like, going full super there and putting us down. That was it. He got the hit. If he goes into full combo, full super there, which he does, then we just lose. But no. Sorry, Risk, not today, dude. That was... If we were going to game over at all, it was going to be on Railgun Story. That is not the friendliest of stories. If any of the practice runs we game overed, it was that. It was against any of these characters. Any Toma fights, honestly. We like it so far, though. Let's get to the Almighty. This is pretty much like a boss rush mode. So we're going to fight the... They're normal, though. They have normal stats. You'll notice that in some of Toma's normal fights, the enemies had less HP and just kind of got nuked, but all these fights are normal. You have an assist every time. The AI normally have an assist. 4 more fights, and then we are done. Oh, look at this. See, that's what... If you did that to Meltdowner, that would have been really bad. It does so much damage on her. Thank you, Index. We'll go for the meaty here. Thank you. Oh, no, look at you. Oh, no, look at you. That didn't really combo either. Next hit wins. Peace out. The Almighty is kind of a scary playthrough because the AI are kind of like Toma levels of competency. The problem is that you're fighting the man himself, though. Toma's, got a lot going for himself. It's the rare time you get the Index assist, by the way. Where she just talks the entire time. I always forget that. A little bit distracting. Alright, 3 more fights. Off the accelerator. He doesn't have that nerf life that he did. So let's see what we can do here. Big meaty punch? Yes. Oh no, too meaty. Too meaty, it wasn't even a meaty. Up against the wall, wall splat, wall combo, big meaty. Oh, see, that time I waited. Oh, alright. This could be going better. Thanks, accelerator. Oh, just thank you. Great. I got a little bit goofy there. It's important to pay attention to your combo trees and what's going on. I actually always do. The assists in this game have two options each. Like an attack 1 and attack 2. So for some reason with Railgun, I did her assist that I don't normally do. And it still worked out pretty well there, but my brain got a little bit fried. So kind of like Sasha, Kazaki brain, you know? Oh, look at you. Big punch. Wall splat. Oh, not even. I hate that. That kick is so good. It's the Oki kick, dude. We can't juggle there. It's not Tekken. That thing extended outwards, huh? We'll keep this up. We have Kanzaki for Oki. And you're just... Oh, no. Oh, no. Look at you. Look at you. Just get hit. Alright, thank you. Jeez. She heard me saying her name wrong for an entire run. I don't blame you. I don't blame you. I don't blame her at all. Alright, we're coming up on time here. So time is going to be called on the final hit of Aqua. So, last fight, Almighty storyline ends, and we are happy. We didn't game over. Pretty clean. I mean, I'm not going to sleep tonight because I kept saying her name wrong. That's the only big flub. Everything else is pretty fine. Misaka's fights were really awkward, but, like, man, saying her name wrong is going to be like, damn. I shouldn't be thinking about it that much, but, like, I don't know. Her name's just, I don't know. I constantly got them confused when I was watching this when I first got into it. Let's focus up, though, on Aqua. He's the last fight. Let's not think about our name flubs. Oh, gosh. Like I said, he's not really too much of a threat. He just has so much HP, and he does so much damage. He, like, should be a threat, right? I don't know what he's doing. You're being weird, man. The run's over, man! The run's over, dude! The run's over, man! The run's over! Alright, time! Peace out, Aqua, dude. Couldn't get that pesky last hit to put him down, but we did get it. Tremendous. And I realized I didn't even properly explain. So you're skipping the last stand state, but one of the more important parts, you have that cinematic that always shows at the very end when you hit him with a super. I am mashing through that every time. So this game lets you skip your cinematic supers, which is an incredibly funny thing for a fighting game to do. I think that would save a lot of grief for a lot of people if you could skip those. You only see them when you take out an enemy as well. But, good stuff. Third Magical Index. I see a 48. I like that. I like that. Pretty good. We were sub 50 with all of our practice runs, so I think that was the only real goal to get sub 50. So we're very happy with that.
Yeah, good run.
It's pretty good. Yeah, the PSP music's pretty nice too. PSP music definitely has a little bit of a vibe to it.
Okay.
But
and while we're at it, if you have some time real quick while we're running the credits, we got a couple more donations in.
Oh, yes! Go for gold, dude. And I'll thank people when I get a chance.
At 6:15, JP time, Anonymous sent $5 saying, "Someone said test. Thank you very much." And we have Artisan, $5 saying, "Have you ever heard a story of Rick the Great? It's not a story the Jedi would tell you." Thank you very much.
Yep.
And then we have the Artisan's donation of $3 saying, "Now it says 105. We did it."
Sweet, nice.
And then Delport, $5 donation with no comment. Thank you very much. Everything y'all do matter. And I really like that run. You have some good moves there, buddy. It was you played a lot of the characters.
Yes. Yeah, it's a pretty involved run. Kind of like My Hero. I like to show off a lot of characters, let people see different things. So that's one of the best parts about the 80%.
Nice.
But
how long have you been playing this game for, man?
Oh, not long. So most of the time we learn these anime speedrun games in a vacuum, right? So yeah, very short time frame. Month 2, maybe 3, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Or at least playing it in submissions, so what, March? At least March.
What's the current world record for a run like this? Or if there is one?
I mean, yeah, so Kyoma had all the times, and I just joined all of them, so it's like, what, 48, 47, something like that. It's not... It has to be 47 something. It's pretty hard to beat this time. Like I said, you need to start off with a bad character, and I always start off with Toma, which is weird. So... Go for the future.
Alright, you have any shout-outs before we transition off?
Yeah, just the ASF Discord, like always. You know, those guys come through. It's always fun to run games for this event. They're a good group of people. You know, I recommend joining if you want to talk to some cool dudes. They're always pretty kind. If you're searching up some games, there's a lot of information there. But we're down to have talks with you. It's pretty fun there. These guys are nice. Big Nuggets definitely coming through. You know, I saw my boy Green came in last second, so good to see him too. So shouts to those guys, and then shouts to the rest of the marathon, man. You know, games are fun, but let's have a lot more. I'm on a Friday, so I'm at the very beginning, so a lot more runs to see, a lot more content. So hopefully people enjoy it. Thanks for watching.
And thank you for joining us, and you can catch FinalCrash on Twitch. Give him a follow and a like, you know. Anyways,